Okay, these are the 4 example problems that we're going to be solving when solving for a variable. Number 1, 3x plus 2 is equal to -7. Our variable that we're solving for is x, and so we follow the 5 steps. If there's any grouping symbols, there are none. Combine like terms, well, there's step 2, and there are no terms that we can combine. There's an x term and a number term, so they must stay separate. Number 3 is variable on one side and constant or everything else on the other. So our variable is x that needs to stay on this side, but we need to cancel or move this +2 over to the other side, which means we are going to subtract 2 from both sides. And these two line up because they can combine. They actually cancel to 0, and these two are numbers they line up because they can combine. And the new balanced equation is going to be 3x equals, since the 2 minus 2 is 0, -7 minus 2 combined to give you -9. And step 3 and 4 are complete. Variable on one side, all of the terms on the other. Last step, step 5, is always divide by the coefficient in front of the variable. It is 3. So every term gets divided by 3. And simplify, 3 divided by 3 is 1, or 1x, which is what we want, the variable x, and is equal to -3. For example number 2, our variable that we're solving for is z. It is on both sides of the equal sign. They cannot be combined because they have to be on the same side in order to combine. And our next step is to have the variable on one side. A good rule of thumb is when you have the variable on both sides to get rid of the smaller ones, so that way you avoid negative numbers. The smaller between the two is 2z, so I'm going to subtract 2z from both sides of the equal sign. And again, I line up terms that I can combine. The 2z minus 2z is 0, but 5z minus 2z is 3z, and it equals 45. And now we're down to our last step, now that we have the variable on one side and the constant on the other. So that leaves us with 3z equals 45. And now we need to divide by the coefficient 3. So divide every term by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1z is what we want, and it's equal to 45 divided by 3, which is 15. Example number 3 is a fraction equal to another fraction. The popular method would be the cross multiply and divide. So if we have p times 16, a variable times a number is just that, the number and the variable together, 16p, is equal to 24 times 4, which gives us 96. And now we're at the last step to divide by the coefficient in front of the variable we're solving for. Divide by 16, divide by 16. 16p divided by 16 is just 1p. And 96 divided by 16 gives us 6. And that's our variable. Our last example does have grouping symbols which need to be taken care of first. So distributive property, 6 times f and a 6 times 7. When we write this again, so 6 is equal to 6f plus 42 plus 5f. Done with the grouping symbols, now we can combine like term. 6f and 5f do combine to 11f. So 6 is equal to 11f plus 42. Steps 3 and 4. Variable on one side, constants or everything else on the other side. So going to subtract 42 from both sides. And again, I line up what I can combine. 42 minus 42 is going to cancel to 0 and give us our 11f on this side. And 6 minus 42 gives us our -36. Very last steps is divide by the coefficient in front of the variable. It happens to be 11. Dividing by 11, divided by 11. 11 divided by 11 is 1f by itself, which is what we want. And 36 divided by 11, or -36 divided by 11, does not simplify. So that gives us our final answer as a fraction, -36 over 11. And those are examples.